All right, welcome back to Business Today. Still, our discussion touches on fuel prices. And as I told you earlier on, we're about to enter into a conversation touching on the impact of rising fuel prices on businesses, especially these days with technology. Ride-hailing apps, they're very popular, and they are actually a mainstay for a lot of people. When pandemic hit, I realized a lot of people transitioned into, car business and ride-hailing business, which is booming right now. So we'll be discussing that impact, and later on we'll also touch on the issue of EV guidelines. And just to remind us what these guidelines are, yesterday they were released by Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, and these what it entails in brief. Let's listen in.
First, these guidelines propose a maximum markup which will be applicable to public charging stations. This is guided by Section 10 of the Energy Act, which requires us as an authority to protect consumers, investors, and all stakeholder interests. We're able to analyze and establish a non-discriminatory maximum markup for battery charging and swapping stations. These markups will be applied to cars, to buses, and to motorbikes. And this will ensure investors enjoy a profit margin in running these stations, whilst consumers are protected from potentially high rates that would be exploitative. Further, these guidelines aim to promote the quality of infrastructure set up for consumers and owners of charging points by requiring the workforce that will be installing, maintaining, and operating these chargers to have the appropriate licenses, certifications, and training. This is to ensure that the installation, operation, maintenance of the chargers are performed in a safe manner and ensure that they do promote public safety.
Because our leaders of yesterday invested significantly on renewable energy, and because we are there, we can quickly move into e-mobility and stop importing petroleum products, which cost the region in excess of $500 million today. And we do not have to crumble with the reduction of barrels from the producing nations or the foreign currency that exits our economy. Those foreign currency effects can help us to do the things that we need to do instead of importing petroleum products which are harming the globe. So there is real opportunity in accelerating this development very quickly. Others see 2030, 2040. I do see a real exponential growth in this sector.
All right. So at this particular moment, we have people from the taxi industry and talk about, let me see, somebody was trying to call me. Let me see. Victor, I'm on air, my brother. Let me call you back after the show. All right. Thank you very much, Victor. All right. Yeah, so that was Victor, a friend, but he's also very passionate about green finance. Yeah. But right now, Zachary, we don't have much time. We've seen there's a Mio scorecard. It's been highlighted key areas. You are in the taxi business. Right now, fuel is at 211.
Sure.
How do you react if you're in that business with this particular kind of change?
We woke up to it this morning. We actually don't know what to do next, but somehow life has to go on. Mm-hmm. But of course, what we are doing right now is to signal the people who matter in this sector. Mm-hmm. Of course, we do not determine prices, not like the matatus. They wake up this morning and say that we are working with 50 shillings extra. For us, we have to wait for someone to somehow do some they call them algorithms,
okay,
and come up with a price. So we are actually a lot that is in a very tricky situation.
All right.
This morning,
okay,
and we are working on it. We're telling our drivers that we don't have to keep quiet. We don't have to suffer in pain. Okay. Definitely something must be done.
All right, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I want to bring in Ephraim. Ephraim, yes. When it comes to now reaction, because most of the times I enter a cab and the driver is like, man, can we go offline? A lot of you have been going offline. That's just being honest, yeah? Because you're saying it's not sustainable. But touching on that, when prices changes like this, how, as somebody who's running a cab business, how do you react to it?
I would first of all say that this online taxi it's no longer online business.
Okay.
Because business is exchange of goods and services in name of making profit. But since we have not been making profit, this is not business, probably something else. If we look at how the charges are done, and I would actually request the government to intervene and do business survey, because the charges are very low as compared to input. And therefore, it's no longer business. We don't make profit.
Okay.
And therefore, an action should be done, and it should be done very fast.
Definitely. Now, Eric, I would have talked to you, but your mic has an issue. You see, it was just destined. Eric would talk today, but I would have talked to you. You have an issue with your microphone. Briefly, yeah, as we finish up, so that I bring in my colleague Kelly, who will give us whether EV is an alternative. These ride-hailing companies, the Ubers, the Bolts, the Yegos, do they normally change their rates when they realize such changes happening? And is it something as an association you're communicating to them?
It will surprise you that fuel prices have gone up consecutively like 4 or 5 times. And in all those 5 times, we have no price changes. We have complained about it to the NTSA as the regulator, but we also realize that the issues of policy are usually with the ministry. So we have even tried to address it through the Minister of Transport, Honorable Mulkomen. But through this, this is what we call skewed business practices that are meant to harvest profits for the app companies at the expense, unfortunately, of our youths, who are the drivers, and the car owners, who are investors. And you see, in business, we say there must be return for investment. So we are out to fight for our rights, because we believe that it is the right of every Kenyan to invest in any sector and get a return to it. And we also believe that such an investor must have a say in what happens in that business. So we must say the truth that we are feeling neglected by the government, taken advantage of by the app companies, especially, and sorry to say this, by the foreign companies that have come to invest in our country. We are also complaining about non-compliance. Now we have regulations that are in place. They are called TNC regulations of 2022. They are very clear. Section 9(2)(g) says that no app company is allowed to take anything more than 18% of the revenue collected. We have people who are taking up to 29 to 25%. As NTSA and our government watches, and we are feeling a lot of pain, we must say the truth. We are feeling exploited. I don't think we will take it for much longer. It's just like when you close a river, definitely to overflow.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Zachariah Johanna is the secretary, Ride Hail Transport Association. Thank you very much for your input.
Thank you.
In the spirit of getting a comment in briefly, Eric,
Yes.
you do, how do you adjust with this? Now fuel is at 211. How will business be post starting today moving forward for you?
Yeah, according to my opinion, the business will be so terrible. Reason being, the online hailing companies, they take a lot of time to consider our opinion, of which, for instance, since the hike of the price, it has never been the same. You see? And as we are in business, what is the aim of the business? The aim of the business is making profit, isn't it?
Yes.
But definitely, we are being exploited. We are being exploited. We don't make even any profit at all. We don't make any profit at all.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of companies converting their cars to gas. I've seen that. Maybe briefly, can I get your comment on that? Are we seeing that direction alternative to fuels? People going to gas and electric vehicles?
I'm not sure about diverting or changing the mechanism from petroleum to from gas to petrol will solve the problem. Personally, I would cry or call upon the government to consider the market survey, because input is actually more than output.
Okay.
The pricing, it's not fair. Even the commission that the app charges should be done survey, or should be changed.
Yeah. So you wouldn't change your car to the gas one? I see they install a gas tank at the back.
Well, that would be alternative.
Okay.
And that, because the gas is cheaper than the fuel, but I'm not sure whether it intervenes with the mechanism of the car. Yeah.
Definitely. That's kind